There's a moment almost everyone experiences, but rarely thinks about deeply. You consider switching to a new product. Maybe it's a better tool, maybe it's cheaper, maybe it has more features. On paper, the decision seems obvious, and yet, you don't switch, not because you can't, but because it feels harder than it should. That feeling is not random. Some products are designed in a way that makes them much harder to replace. And once you understand why, you start to see that what feels like preference is often something much deeper. It's structure. The first reason some products feel hard to replace is habit. Over time, products stop feeling like tools. They become part of your routine. You don't think about opening them. You don't think about using them. They're just there, built into how you work, how you communicate, how you organize your life. And once something becomes a habit, replacing it is no longer just a logical decision. It's a behavioral one. You're not just switching products, you're changing how you do things. And people naturally resist that, even if the new option is objectively better, because learning something new takes effort, and effort creates friction. So the product you're already using has an advantage, not because it's perfect, but because it's familiar. But habit alone isn't enough to explain it. There's a second layer that makes this much stronger. Data. Every time you use a product, you leave something inside it. Files, messages, preferences, history. Over time, that builds into something valuable, not just to the company, but to you, because that data represents your work, your activity, your time. And here's the problem. Moving that data is rarely simple. Exporting it can be complicated. Transferring it may not work perfectly. Some of it might not transfer at all. So switching doesn't just mean trying something new. It means risking what you've already built. And that risk is enough to stop many people, even if they're not fully satisfied. Then there's something even more powerful: integration. Modern products don't exist on their own anymore. They connect with everything else. Your email connects to your calendar. Your files connect to your workspace. Your apps connect to each other. And this creates a system, a network where everything works together. Now imagine trying to replace just one part of that system. It's no longer a simple switch, because changing one tool affects everything connected to it. You might have to adjust workflows, reconnect integrations, change how multiple tools interact, and suddenly what looked like a small change becomes a much bigger one. That's why the product itself is not the only thing you're using. You're using an ecosystem. And ecosystems are much harder to replace than individual products because they create convenience. Everything works together. Everything feels smooth. And leaving that system means losing that smoothness. So even if another product is better on its own, it might not fit as well into your existing setup. And that makes switching less appealing. But there's also a psychological factor at play. The more time and effort you invest in something, the harder it is to walk away, even if it's not the best option anymore. Because leaving feels like losing that investment. You've spent time learning it, setting it up, building around it. So staying feels easier than starting over. This is known as the sunk cost effect, and it plays a big role in why people stick with products longer than they should. Not because they love them, but because they've already committed to them. But businesses don't rely on just one of these factors. They combine them. Habit, data, integration, psychology, all layered together. And when they do, the result is powerful. A product that feels difficult to replace, not because you're forced to stay, but because leaving feels inconvenient, risky, and time-consuming. But there's another shift happening behind all of this. Products are no longer designed just to be used. They're designed to be stayed with. In the past, success meant getting the customer. Now success means keeping the customer. So companies focus on retention. They design products that people come back to regularly. They build features that increase dependence. They create experiences that feel essential. And over time, that creates something called stickiness. The product becomes part of your life. Not just something you use occasionally, but something you rely on. And once something reaches that level, replacing it becomes a much bigger decision. Because you're not just choosing a better option. You're choosing to disrupt your entire system, and that disruption has a cost: time, effort, uncertainty. And for most people, that cost is enough to delay the decision, sometimes indefinitely. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The hardest products to replace are not always the best ones. They're the ones that are most embedded, the ones that have the strongest combination of habit, data, and integration. So the goal for many businesses is not just to build a great product, it's to build a product that becomes part of your system. Because once that happens, competition changes. It's no longer just about features, it's about switching costs. A competitor can be better, but if switching is too difficult, most people won't do it. So the new product doesn't just have to be better, it has to be significantly better. Better enough to justify the effort of leaving, and that's a very high bar, which is why many people stay where they are, even when they know there are alternatives. So when a product feels hard to replace, it's not just because you like it. It's because it's been designed to fit into your life in a way that's difficult to undo. Not through force, but through structure, by becoming useful, familiar, connected, and over time, essential. And once something becomes essential, replacing it is no longer a simple choice. It's a decision that affects everything around it. Your workflow, your habits, your system. And that's the real reason some products feel harder to replace. Not because you can't leave, but because leaving feels like starting over.